Well, good morning. Welcome to Move Early, Move Often. It is a Wobbly Wednesday. I am Blake Martin, and my co-host, the ever-present, never-seen Thomas Karakolis, keeping it real, bringing you the technicals. Or is he bringing you the technicals? He's certainly keeping it real, whatever else he does. So, hey, good morning. We're going to probably jump right to it. I wanted to talk briefly about there's some systems that your body uses for balancing, and it uses the inner ear. There's a bunch of machinery in there that kind of helps you figure out whether you're accelerating forward and back, up or down, or in angular ways, and that helps you have an idea of what your head is doing in space. Your eyes are really super important, and how they gauge what's in the space around you is really important. You've also got little sensors in the muscles in your neck that tell you whether your head is upright and different stuff like that. But then we've got sensors in the bottom of your feet as well, and muscle sensors in your ankles that tell you about stuff. So we're gonna play with these different sensors today, and we're going to look at how they contribute to your balance, and we're going to use them to work on our balance a little bit. So I'm going to keep this really simple. We're just going to get right to it, and we're going to jump right in. So come on up. We're just going to step from side to side. Just warm up our ankles a little bit. Just kind of stepping from side to side because we are going to be using our ankles. And ankle circles here in one direction and in the other direction. Yeah, they're going to be important. It's actually there's a property in your muscles called fixotropy, and it's kind of like it's almost like your muscles, they remember their previous viscoelastic state, like kind of where they were before. It's a lot of words for so early in the morning, isn't it? All right. And we're just going to press our foot into the ground and turn over the toes just a little bit like this. Just kind of press the tops, and we're just kind of wiggling it around a little bit just to explore that a little bit, but don't push into it too hard. Anyways, that property that I was talking about, it's almost like your muscles remember their previous state. So if you wiggle your ankles around a little bit, it gives them a better, first thing in the morning, it gives them a better sense of where they are, of what their possible states are. Okay, here we go. I don't know if I just got dumped from that, I'm having connections with my internet. No, Nancy's waiting. Someone's going to let her in. That's great. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I never went anywhere. Okay, here I am. So here we go. So we're standing about shoulder width apart, feet shoulder width apart, and just simply just stand on one foot. Okay, so you're just going to lift one foot up. This is pretty basic. We have the bottom of our foot. It's just kind of working. We're just kind of doing a balance. Now just shift your hips around a little bit. You're just going to move your hips around like you're hulaing on one foot. So we're playing within that balance place. We're just playing, surfing on one foot. Let's switch to the other foot, stand on that foot. And then again, we're just going to move our hips around with that foot on the ground. And what I want to draw your attention to is how the bottom of your foot is playing on the mat, how it's shifting back and forth. Go back to the first foot again. Foot up in the air, other foot, and then shift around your hip and notice how the bottom of your foot is playing on the mat to maintain your balance. Okay, so those sensors, they're sensitive to the touch and the amount of pressure that's on the bottom of your foot. Let's go back to the first foot number 2 again. It's not. And wiggle around with your hip. You're moving your hip around. And so you're now aware of these sensors on the bottom of your foot. If you're in shoes, take your shoes off so you can have that contact with the floor. It's important for this. All right. Sensors. So let's go to step number 2. Let's take our foot, lift our foot up, and let's close your eyes while your foot is in the air and see if you can maintain balance. All right. So I'm finding this more difficult, of course. Most of us do. But you can, and let's switch to the opposite foot. And with your eyes closed, and you'll really notice your foot shifting around a lot. Now, even if you're trying to maintain your hips in a still place, there's obviously something going on where we don't have the same amount of feedback from our eyes. Switching back to the first foot with your eyes closed again, and being aware of what's happening at the bottom of your foot, how much it is interacting with the floor. So this is one of the things that shoes deprive us of, is this capacity to sense the floor well. And I'm not saying go everywhere without shoes, but I am saying go someplace without shoes so that you can keep these sensors active. And back to side 2, lifting up that foot. All right. All right. And notice how your foot is all over the place. Great. Okay, we're going to do a slightly different activity. What we're going to do is you're going to take your hand and you're going to put it right in front of your face, so if you can see what I'm doing here. And my hand is like really close to my face. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be standing on one foot and I'm going to focus on my hand and I'm going to move my hand. I'm going to make like a figure 8 with my hand and focus on my hand, but keep it very close to your face. So let's do that, standing up. So now we're not dealing with no visual information, we're dealing with unreliable visual information. So take your hand, stand on one foot, hand very close to your face, and make a figure 8 with your hand very close to your face, and focus on the palm of your hand. And you'll notice that that seems to be more challenging than just balancing on one foot. Lots of shifting around on the bottom of your foot. All right. Other hand, other foot, same thing. You're going to come down here, get that hand very close to your face, and move it around. Do a figure 8, move it close, kind of wiggle it all over the place. And focus on your palm, and notice how that unreliable information is changing your balance. All right, both hands down, and now just balance on one foot. Focus on a spot on the wall far away from you. Now you're probably aware of how much your foot is shifting, but that's just because we've drawn your attention to it. But it's not like before, where you're falling all over the place. All right, so we've got the reliable visual information, we've got good information from the bottom of our feet, and we're just able to balance. Let's switch it up, other foot. Same thing. Okay, coming down to our knees. So now we're going to do something here. First of all, we're shifting the balancing strategy. This is a different balancing strategy when we're on our knees, because your brain has to make your body do different things to be upright. But you're also going to take your toes and put your toes, the backs of your toes, on your mat. Okay? So with the back of your toes on your mat, tops of your feet, lift and try to balance on one knee. So try to balance on one knee with your toes curled under. Come back to 2 knees. Now, same leg, curl your toes under on that side and balance again on one knee. You should notice that even with just your toes curled, that you've got better balance. Go back, toes back down, backs of your toes on the floor, and balance So now we've successfully removed the toes from the equation. And you notice that even with just toes missing, how things change. Other leg, backs of your toes on the floor, top side, the dorsal side of your foot, and balancing. 2 knees, and curl those toes under so that they're touching and balance. All right. Okay, let's give that one more level of challenge. We're going to go tops of our foot on the floor and eyes closed. Okay, so I'm not going to do that facing the table because I am kind of scared that I might lose my balance and smash my face on the table, and I don't want to do that. I'll face away and tops of my toes on the floor. I'm going to go on one knee and I'm going to close my eyes. And if you're like me, you may fall over. Try again. Try to balance. Tops of your toes on the floor. All right, now curl your toes under. Balance on one knee. Close your eyes. And I'm more successful doing that on this leg. All right, back to 2 knees. Opposite leg. Tops of your toes on the floor. Close your eyes. I'm very unstable, but I'm working on my balance. And working on my balance. And curl your toes under on that foot. And one knee. And close your eyes. I'm having more trouble on this side. Almost fell off my knee. And back down. All right. Very last exercise that we'll do is we're going to go from the floor, toes down, up, and you'll close your eyes. So just watch. So close your eyes, curl your toes under on that leg. We're going to shift and try to balance with our foot coming forward. Step beside your knee. And then we're going to try to rise onto that single leg, right? So do that with me. So now we have shifting balance, eyes closed, and so we're taking away a whole bunch of systems, and we're playing with these systems. Okay, so here we go. So curl your toes under, and step forward, and step onto that foot with your eyes closed, and place your foot down. And we'll do the same thing on the other leg. Curl your toes under. Step forward with the opposite foot beside your knee. Place the foot down. Step, balance on that foot, and rise to standing. That was a great challenge. All right. So we played with these different systems. We played with the sensory system on the bottom of the foot. We didn't really play with the inner ear, but we did play with the visual system and with shifting balance and shifting balance strategies that your brain uses to control your posture. And we played with these 3 systems. You'll notice that when you have good sensory information from the bottom of your feet and when you have good visual information, that your balance is best. Really great to focus on a point that's far away from you, but we also need to have good strong ankle muscles because our feet are shifting all over the place to make sure that we're able to stand up and to be well balanced. You've moved early. I hope you remember to move often. We'll be back again tomorrow for Throwdown Thursday, and I hope you have a great day. Take care.